Forward progress, but it is still a work in progress. Cleveland Police Chief Calvin Williams fields questions from members of City Council about the division's staffing in its specialty units.
Yeah, those units are still understaffed, but Chief Williams says the division's efforts to fill the openings taking hold. News 5's Jordan Vandenberg joins us now to explain it all.
Yeah, this was the Safety Committee's final meeting of 2019. The 2-hour hearing on the eve of Thanksgiving was at times contentious, as members of council promised to provide even more oversight. Safety Committee Chair Matt Zone set the tone early.
This is not going to be an adversarial hearing, but it will be a probing hearing.
Admitting his frustration with the fluctuating staffing at the Division of Police's specialty units.
February this year, 10 months ago when we had the budget hearings, you said by the end of this year that all the specialty units would be fully staffed. Well, now it's nearly the end of the year, and I know they're not all fully staffed.
Your concerns are my concerns.
Chief Calvin Williams says the staffing of the domestic violence, sex crimes, and homicide units are below where he would prefer them to be. The domestic violence unit has 10 detectives assigned to it, with 15 detectives preferred, while sex crimes and homicide both have 19 detectives assigned, with 23 preferred. However, because of things like attrition, both of those units have at times dipped below 15 detectives at different points this year. Chief Williams says the division is working to standardize its training for investigators to fill those positions more quickly.
I think you said earlier we're just going to talk about the specialty units, but it's hard to talk about staffing in specialty units without bringing patrol into that, because 90% of what goes into a specialty unit comes from basic patrol and the car plan.
To help bolster specialty units, the division continues its full-bore recruitment efforts.
We're recruiting, so if the cameras are on, we're still recruiting.
To date, the division has hired 136 cadets, with 80 more on the way early next year. However, with 107 officers leaving the force this year, the progress to staffing levels at or near 1,700 has been slowed.
Realistically, I think we can get to that number in the next 2 years, realistically.
People are frustrated. They want the homicide unit, the sex crimes unit, and the domestic violence units fully staffed. And so the council is going to continue to probe this question for the next several months to make sure that we get to 100% staffing levels. Well, despite being understaffed at different points this year, the Division of Police reports the homicide unit's clearance rate this year is 67%, which is higher than the national average. Jordan Vandenberg, News 5.